All right, welcome back. I got another story for you. This is one goes back way back when I was a rookie. I just came off probation, which means you're at the academy, then you do 6 months probation, and then you become a regular police officer without a training officer. So I was brand new without a training officer, and I'm running around. I have a really close supervisor supervising two of us that are kind of new, and we're just driving up and down the main streets writing tickets and just responding to low-grade calls like neighbor dispute and stuff. So I get a call. Unknown trouble. And unknown troubles, I didn't know at the time, but as I got more time on the job, unknown troubles are kind of freaky, because if the girl can't tell you over the radio what it is, then you have to go investigate it, and usually it's strange stuff, because most of the time the girls on the communications know exactly what it is, because they actually quiz the people that are calling. So I get there, and it's a beautiful home, back built like in the 20s, a lot of upstairs rooms, and now it's used as a boarding house with several male boarding house, several rooms just for males to stay there. And so I meet a lady in the front. I'm by myself, and I'm new at this. So I relate the front. And she says, "Yeah, I haven't seen Mr. So-and-so in a long time." And they taught us the academy. Again, I don't have a lot of experience. I'm thinking, okay, that kind of means that either he's gone or he's in there somewhere, possibly dead. And that's usually what it winds up being when they say they haven't seen Mr. Smith in a week. So I walk up, and I go up the stairs. Beautiful home, wooden floors, and I mean, just gorgeous, old school, big porch. So I'm going down the hallway, and she shows the door, and she goes, "Yeah, this is where he stays. Do you have a pass key?" "Yes, I do." "Okay, fine." She gives me the key, and about that time, my supervisor comes down, an older gentleman, and very experienced, and he says, "What do you got?" And I told him. He goes, "Oh, okay." And as I'm talking to him, I'm unlocking the door. He's talking to the lady, and I'm unlocking the door. And as I go to open the door, he grabs me, my sergeant. He goes, "No, don't go in there." And I go, "What's the matter?" He goes, "Just very carefully open the door." I go, "Okay." So we open the door, we look inside, and here's this Latin gentleman, probably 250 pounds, on the bed, but he's also bloated. He's like this, okay? And he goes, "Gently close the door." I go, "Okay." So I close the door, because again, I don't know what he's talking about, so I close the door, and I go, "Well, what's going on?" He says, "Okay." He says, "Look, kid," he's an experienced supervisor, he goes, "Any disruption of the atmosphere, any jolts, anything with somebody that's bloated like that, they could explode." I go, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, they explode." "You mean like boom?" He goes, "Oh yeah, like boom." He goes, the body's decomposing. He says, he's explaining what happens to the body. Basically, you're decomposing, and sometimes the muscles that control outward fluids, like your urinary tract and your anal area, sometimes they flex up, and I can't read that. Sorry. Sometimes they flex up, and they doesn't release the gases. Okay, so as we're talking, we hear this sound. I don't know how to make that. It's not a flatulent sound. It's like a gushing water gas sound. I don't explain that, but that's what it sounded like. And we look over at the door, and the door had carpet runners under the door with wood on both sides. You can walk in under the door. The door's like got about an inch gap, and you see all this red fluid and amber color fluid come pouring underneath the door. Okay, so my sergeant goes, "Okay, we can look in now. He's done." I went, "What?" And so we open the door, and he's flattened out. All that fluid's all over the bed. It's dripping down. I go, "Oh, wow." So he goes, "Yeah, so just close the door. We'll call for the special guys that handle this. We have some detectives that do this sort of work. I would never do that. They respond to handle these dead body calls." And he also explained to me, my supervisor, that if you're ever in somewhere where a guy or someone blows up, and you get that stuff on your uniform, it will not come out. You just might as well just throw the uniform away. It will not come out. It's kind of like skunk and some of these odors that you can dry clean them 20 times and you're still going to smell it. So he says, "So good thing you didn't go in there." And I'm going, "Yeah, thank you for that super information, because I did not want to have this guy blow up on me." So we waited for the detectives. They show up, and of course the coroner shows up, and a lot of stuff, a lot of moving parts. We're not involved in this. We just responded. They got our names. We're out of there. So I walked away. I thanked my supervisor, and he said, "Nah, you can put that up here. That's for your future. You're a young lad, and you'll be fine." I said, "Man, I never forgot that. That was incredible." Anyway, so that's my dead guy blowing up. Hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.